Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Motor City Rockers Media Network. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Another great night for Rockers hockey. Let's catch you up on everything that happened since the last time we talked. Last weekend, tough one for Motor City. They took the trip out to Blue Ridge to Wytheville, Virginia, and two pretty tough losses. They started off Friday night up 2-0. They ended up losing that game 6-3. The momentum carried into Saturday, a 7-1 loss. So the Rockers on a 2-game losing streak after picking up a win last time at home against Monroe. However, the Rockers have been very busy on the transaction wire. First, we'll talk about the departures. Satiros Karageorgis alongside Chris Spies have been released. The additions, some are here now, some will be here in a little bit. First, Sam Gagnon activated off the IR. You will see him dressed tonight. Two new additions, one you saw at Blue Ridge, Igor Kabateyev. He has joined us in a trade with the hockey club Venom. He comes into town. He will be joined tonight by Kyle Stevens, a veteran in the league. I talked about both of those with Coach Milam in a little bit. Two guys that the Rockers just recently completed a trade for, one familiar face, one new one. Brad Reiter, he was here. He scored the first goal in Motor City Rockers history. He will be back in the purple and black, hopefully for tomorrow's night, but it is still TBD. He is coming up with Chris Corrigan. Those two got traded from Monroe back here to Motor City. So some guys you saw not too long ago when the Moccasins were in town will now be here with the Rockers. Watertown Wolves are in town. They're the closest team to the Rockers in the Empire Division standings, but it's a 19-point gap between the Rockers in 5th place and Watertown in 4th. A big test for Motor City. If they can get a couple wins here tonight, they can inch their way closer to maybe potentially hosting the play-in game at the end of the season. But it starts tonight. It starts with the mentality that Coach Jamison Milam talked about. We'll take a break, come back. You'll hear my conversation with Coach Milam when we return on the Rockers pregame show.
Up in front, shot, scores! Cumberland now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Welcome back to the Motor City Rockers pregame show. I'm Brady Beaton, joined by head coach Jamison Milam. Coach, 2-game set coming up this weekend. First, let's talk a bit about last weekend out in Blue Ridge. It was a tough 2 games. There's no other way to put it. What are you guys trying to take away from a couple of tough losses out in Virginia?
Well, as a group, we know we have better, and it's not only that we didn't play well, but our attitudes were a problem, and it's an adjustment that sometimes you don't know you need to make until you get some outside input or a second perspective. So I talked to a lot of the guys this week, and we're all on board with kind of adjusting our attitudes and instead of going into games hoping we don't lose, kind of having a different mentality and staying positive and controlling what we can control, and using our energy and our emotions in the right way so that we're not wasting our time and energy on the ice.
Had a couple of changes since the last time we talked. Igor Kabateyev comes in a trade, signed Kyle Stevens. Brad Reiter and Chris Corrigan, they're on the way. They should be here sooner rather than later. Won't be in the lineup tonight. But the first two I mentioned, what do those guys add, and what have you seen in the limited time with them on the ice?
Well, Jaeger's, you can definitely tell that he has good hockey sense, and he's willing to work hard, and he's willing to make the right play. After just one practice, he was putting pucks in the net on the power play, and then we had a tough weekend last weekend, so it wasn't a great judge of an individual's play when the team is not playing so well. But I mean, you could just see he's had some good hockey upbringing, and he knows what he's doing out there. So I feel like he's a guy who can kind of play in any situation we need him to. He can kill in power play and center and wing. So it's good to have a nice young player. Now he doesn't speak much English, so it's beneficial for the coach. Doesn't have to hear about it. But
you got used to that last year with Pavel.
Yeah, well, Pavel, he tried really hard. He was trying to communicate every day. So, but no, it's he seems like a good kid. He's smiling when he when something's funny, and I know he understands. So just talk to him, and he doesn't say anything back. It's perfect for a coach.
And for Stevens, a little more veteran presence there. What does he help bring to the Rockers?
Yeah, I spoke with him, personally when he got here, and said we were kind of going through some growing pains, and I needed a good brain on our, the back end of our lineup that can kind of help the younger guys and keep our pace going when we have 1 and 2 going. Now our third line will be able to make plays and maybe not spend so much time in the defensive zone. So he's a guy, the same way. He could play D on the power play. You can put him in any situation. He's done it before. So I'm just, I'm eager to see what he can bring to the table this weekend. It'll be his first game with us, so obviously it'll be a little bit of an evaluation. So we'll see how that goes. But I've heard nothing but good things about his play from people that know him, and it's exciting to be able to make changes for the better and see where we can go from here.
So Watertown, a very high-scoring team, especially the last time you played them. A little bit of a different team than when you last saw the Wolves. They've cooled off a little bit, but from their perspective, they might be looking at it as, okay, we're coming into a Motor City team that just took 2 on the chin in Blue Ridge. This is a chance to get 6 points. What do you see with Watertown, and what can you tell the fans at home about this Wolves team?
Yeah, well, I mean, they have that one line who you definitely got to keep watch. Lord and Gaeta or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, Gaeta or
yeah. Gaeta. Yeah, I mean, they have size, speed, and they want to challenge you with the puck. Seems like they will overload the puck carrier and try to force them to make mistakes. And if you're smart, we'll be able to exit out the center of the ice, and if we communicate, should be guys available to make plays. But they play fast, and it doesn't always start at the beginning of the game, so we can't take a lead for granted like we've been doing. But teams from New York like to play chippy and don't like to get hit much, so we stay in their face, try to slow them down, and I think we can give them a good run.
Well, you just answered most of it, but I was going to ask you a final question. What are the keys to getting 3 points here on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, our group's had some ups and downs this year, and whether it's personnel or coaching or goaltending or whatever the issue's been on any given night, it's time, 60-minute game, I've said it before. That's big for us. Limiting the chances we allow or we give the other team by making good choices and using our feet instead of trying to use our hands. Like I said, slowing them down by playing the body and getting pucks to the net.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
He's head coach Jamison Milam. I'm Brady Beaton, and I'll have more for you right after this on the Motor City Rockers pregame show. And welcome back to the Motor City Rockers pregame show. I'm Brady Beaton as we get ready for this Friday night Valentine's Day matchup between the Watertown Wolves and your Motor City Rockers. Let's first take a moment to thank all those sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible. Park Avenue Productions. PSN Technologies bringing you the stats all season long. Crunch Fitness, keeping your rockers rink ready. And
and rocking out with 106.7 Detroit Wheels. We thank everyone that makes tonight's broadcast possible. And tonight, as the Rockers take the ice, you will see some familiar faces and some new faces on the ice. Earlier tonight, we already talked with Coach Jameson Milam. First, you'll see Yegor Kapatayev, who was acquired back on February 7th. He played 2 games out in Blue Ridge, and Kapatayev did record a goal out in Virginia, his first game in Fraser, Michigan. Secondly, you'll take a look at one of the other returning faces. Sam Gagnon is back off the IR. Good to see him back in the purple and black. His first game since getting injured a few weeks back. And the newest Motor City Rocker, Kyle Stevens. He will be wearing number 47. His first game with the Motor City Rockers will be tonight against Watertown. So a little bit of a revamped Motor City team. They're getting ready for this matchup with the Watertown Wolves, a team they're chasing in the Empire Division standings. They're a ways back, 19 points, but still a lot of season left, and 3 points tonight is a great first step. Johnny G right now going over the starting lineups here in the rink. At home, we'll take a break. And then we'll come back with starting lineups and puck drop. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Up in front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Up in front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Back here at Big Boy Arena, as we get ready for Motor City and Watertown, let's take a look at the starting lineups real quick between Watertown and Motor City. For your Motor City Rockers, in net, as expected, is Trevor Babin. The defense, Doug Blaisdell, and the captain, Josh Colton. And on the forward spots, on the wings, left side, Avery Smith, right side, Matthias Tellstrom, and Yegor Kapatayev will be the centerman to start this one. Unfortunately, while we were in the pregame show during warm-ups, Kyle Stevens took about a second too long to get on the ice, and took a delay of game penalty, which means the Rockers will start tonight down a man already shorthanded before the puck is dropped. It happened once last year with the Rockers, and in his first game with Motor City, Kyle Stevens will start off in the penalty box. So it'll be 5-on-4, which I believe will change up the actual starting lineups. It looks like Colton, Gullo, Blaisdell, and Rivers will be the 4 out there to start for Motor City. So the Rockers will have to go down a man against a very potent power play, the 3rd best in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Watertown in their road whites with the blue pants. Motor City, all black home uniforms with the diagonal Motor City across the chest. We are ready to go, and we have Valentine's Night Hockey. Off the opening draw, it is Watertown. Lord, rink-wide feed to the stick of Gaeta. Back to Lord. Back to the point. Graspy, left side. One-timer saved by Babin. Rebound covered up. Just 16 seconds in, and already a high-quality opportunity for Watertown. Again, if you're just joining us, it was a delay of game for Kyle Stevens to start the game. In warm-ups, he was still on the ice when the horn sounded, and that's an automatic 2 minutes. Draw in their own end for the Rockers. Gullo against Klink. Won by Gullo. Pass Banks, pass Rivers. Picked up top of the left wing circle. Just inside, kept it on the blue line twice. Slides to Lord. Rink wide feed to the left wing circle. Shot bangs off the end glass. Kept in the zone. Trevor Lord pressured by Rivers. They keep it. Graspy shot misses wide of the net. 1:20 to go in the man advantage. Start this one. Motor City has to start on their heels. Klink back to the left side. Lord shot deflected before it reached Trevor Babbitt. Rivers banks it up and out of the zone, and the purple and black will get some new skaters out there. Milam, Smith, along with Kuhn and Colton, who stayed out there from the initial penalty kill. Turnover, shot kicked away by Trevor Babin. Halfway through the Stevens minor penalty. Motor City just trying to survive. You heard Coach Milam talk about, hey, it's a little bit of attitude. Well, starting off with a penalty, not the best way to start off a homestand where you need some points. Going down to the ice, Newman slashing at it. Milam over to Smith, all the way down into the near corner. Anton Borotkin comes out to play it. Leaves it back for Harris Jr. Into the neutral zone, over the red line, over all 3 into the Rockers' end. Backhands it in deep. Nikhil Diaz pressures, pass out front, knocked to the near side. 15 seconds till Kyle Stevens a free man. Borotkin, far side, one-touch pass. Wolves have time for one last rush. Pass off the mark. Babin asks for an icing, and he will get it with 3 seconds left to go. And the Rockers, who start down a man, will kill the first penalty of the night. Rockers' penalty kill has been stout as of late. It has climbed to 4th best in the FPHL, and it has gotten better the last month or so. Offensive zone draw. Short-handed win for Cody Oakes. Near side finds Rotundi. Walks it up. Shot deflected far side. Oh, bounced between the hash marks. And we're back to 5-a-side hockey. Rockers survived the early adversity. Thornton bounces left side, returns to the middle for Botterill. Shot from the point, deflected, rebound, kick save by Trevor Babin. The reflex kept calm in the face of pressure, and it's still scoreless. This Watertown Wolf team will score in bunches. They will attack, 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 and it's a nice job keeping them at bay, at least for the first few minutes down a man. In the in the Watertown end, on the near side, Gagnon battles for it. Stevens shot nearly went 5-hole. Borotkin closed the door in the nick of time. And we'll get an offensive zone draw for Motor City. So Stevens nearly made amends for his penalty to start the game with a quick shot that almost slipped through the 5-hole. Kapatayev on the draw. Tie-up, goes to the far side. Colton races. He keeps it in. Chips in deep. Chipped, and it can't be controlled by Borotkin. To the near side. Up and out of the zone. Into the Rockers' end. Colton backhands to his D partner, Blaisdell. Short feed to Kabatayev. The Russian turns around to the near side, Blaisdell. Rink wide feed, hops over the stick of Colton, and it's a turnover. Trevor Lord, one of the more dangerous forwards in the league, has it. On the far point, slides, bottom of the left wing circle in the corner. Kabatayev comes to pressure. On the half wall, backhand, misses its target. Blaisdell collects, returns to the left side. Blaisdell gets it back. Flips it up to the blue line. Kabatayev had it poked away at the Rockers logo. 16:27 to go, first period. No scoring early. Both sides have had opportunities. Avery Smith misses the intended target of Tellstrom, and the Wolves control it. They give it right back. It's Coach Jamison Milam at his own blue line. Slides ahead right side. Gullo guides it in deep. The D-man, Milam racing in. He battles with Erdman. Behind the net, Milam. Pass misses McGill, Diaz, and Wells all the way down the length of the ice, and icing the call, excuse me, it wasn't Milam that touched it. My apologies. Icing the call, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for Motor City. I think the Rockers have done a very nice job. Starting down a man, it could be tough to get an offensive-minded focus going, but they killed the penalty with only one real quality opportunity and have since flipped the pressure and have spent more time in the Wolves' end than their own. Rivers, Gullo, and Wells, the forward pair. McGill, Diaz, and Milam, the D-man. From the left dot. Gullo a little anxious. Klink gets the face-off draw win anyway. Erdman to the near side, hops to center ice. McGill, Diaz hacky sacks it into his own end. Evades pressure. Taken away. Klink on the forecheck. They keep it in the zone. Backhand ahead. And a swing and a miss in between the circles. We're going the other way. Puck dumped in deep. There's Ian McDonald on the pressure. Out in front, quick shot. Wells couldn't get enough of it. And Borotkin will get on top of it, freeze it. 15:28 to go, first period. Still scoreless, but a flurry of shots from both sides. Stevens the duel against Klink. To the near boards. Rivers battling for, excuse me, that's Cody Oakes rather. Jabari, left side, pass hops over the stick of McDonald. Working into the corner. Slides up near side. Harris Jr. has it. Steven tried to poke it away. He could not. Excuse me, that was 23. Whalen had a number change. He's listed as 20 on there. 23 in white. My apologies to Andrew Whalen. 5 minutes into this first period, still scoreless. Battle in the neutral zone. Campbell comes away with it. The Indiana Tech product to the left side. Goes across the way. Whalen pushed off the puck. Oakes on the forecheck, can't keep it in the zone. Ryan Rotundi at center ice. The diagonal dump in. The Rockers will go for a partial change. We'll get a whistle. 14:37 to go in the first period. Time for our first break. Still scoreless between Watertown and Motor City. We'll step aside, be right back. More Motor City Rockers hockey right after this.
Picked up by front, shut doors! Number one, now shut doors! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
$14:37 to go in the first period, still scoreless. While we wait for action to resume, folks, I want to remind you that If you're enjoying the broadcast, make sure to give it a like, hit subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Let everyone up in the front office know that, hey, you're enjoying the broadcast, and hopefully down the road potentially want to see it more and grow. Rockers have it in their own end after a hand pass called before the timeout. To the right of Trevor Babin. Had to make a couple big saves on that initial power play. Kept in by Derschel. Behind the net, pass broken up, shot, and it's deflected into the glove of Trevor Babin. Hit off his shoulder, and he had to look it into the trapper. Trevor Babin getting into a groove early, and if you're a Wolf fan, well, that's not something you want to hear. That 72 starting to lock in early. This time the draw comes to the left with the man in black. The veteran Henning takes it off the draw to the left side. Derschel down low to the corner, hits off the official, stays with the Wolves. Back in deep behind the net, battle for the puck. Coming to dig it out, Trevor Newman to the point, but it goes too far. Back to neutral ice, the Wolves will have to retreat for the moment. Shot on net from center ice from Henning. Babin played it to the far side, pass a little too strong for Rotundi to handle. He let it go to Smith. Rockers ended up with it up and out of the zone, and Tellstrom will go off for a quick change. A couple others come off as well. Wells, Blaisdell onto the ice for Motor City. Blaisdell, diagonal pass, picked off, went right to Carter Thornton. Shot on net from outside the blue line, and Babin will leave it back for his captain, Josh Colton. Nick Gullo comes to help to the near side, Blaisdell. Slides ahead for Rivers, he chips. I believe he was behind the red line, indeed he was. Positioning just a little off, and it'll be another icing. 13:32 to go, first period. Off the draw on the near dot, Blaisdell races for it, pokes it away from Gaeta. Along the far side, the D-man handling over two lines, slides across the third, comes in deep. Blaisdell on the backhand, and he took a long trip around. Gullo picks up the loose puck. Out in front, deflected to the near corner. Rockers had a little bit of momentum there for a minute, but Lord brings it up and out of the zone and right back into the Motor City end. Lord behind the net to the right wing circle. Oh, it fought the stick of Graspy behind the net. Wolves trying to sustain a little more possession. They've controlled the last minute or two of play. Back to the point, McDonald. Shot doesn't even make it close to Babin. Gaeta had it knocked away by Gullo. Couldn't get it out of the zone. He recovers his own loose puck. We'll send it back to Colton. Far side, Blaisdell. He was looking for a feed, but Oakes was coming on to make a change. Didn't want to get a too many men minor. Ringing around the boards to the near side. Picked up by Stevens. The newest Rocker into the Watertown end. Slides it ahead. Kuhn battling. Comes back near side. Chipped into the left wing circle. It's soccered ahead. McGill Diaz blew a tire. And now the Wolves on the attack. McDonald. And he gets knocked down in close and couldn't get a shot off. Oh, Davide Gaeta had a chance from point blank. He just couldn't put anything on it. He had the 6x4 wide open. Lord, cross crease pass deflected. Watertown still has it. Harris, shot blocked by Cody Oakes. Along the near half wall, pinned to the boards. Couple of white, three black jerseys try to dig it out, and it goes to Graspy. Short drop pass, pass across, backhand saved by Babin. Up and out of the zone, Rockers get a reprieve. It'll be icing, however, no change forthcoming. 11:33 to go in the first period. Still scoreless, both sides have had opportunities here in the early going. Take a look at the shots on goal. Stats all season long presented by PSN Technologies. Watertown outshooting Motor City 7-4 in the early going. They'll get Avery Smith back out on the ice. Up the draw, slides to the far side, Oakes. First one there, gets it out of the zone. Smith races, but he's not going to catch Ludlow Harris Jr. Behind his own net, puts on the brakes. To the left side, Gingrich. Klink tries to chip it ahead. Milam got it to the blue line, and an offsides call. Bring it to neutral ice. Fans, if your sides are a little off, remember that great clips will keep your hair on sides. Located in the Meijer just across from Big Boy Arena, Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. On the Rockers' end of neutral ice, clean win for Watertown. They've been doing pretty well in the dot the last 5 minutes or so. Into the zone, shot kicked away by the left pad of Babin. Saw that one all the way. In the Rockers' end, battle for it along the near boards. Kabatayev races for the loose puck. Smith bumped off, racing for it. Tellstrom, 1-on-2. The big man, and he left it behind him. Just too much pressure, not enough reinforcements coming. Smith collects the loose puck. Left hash marks, couldn't find the stick of Tellstrom, just past Kabatayev's stick. 2-on-1, look out. Klink back to the left side, hops over the stick of Chase DeBari, and the threat neutralized for the moment. Right side, shot, scores! It was neutralized for the moment, but Stephen Klink nets his 10th of the season, and 9 minutes, 32 seconds in, the Wolves have the early lead. Odd man rush, and, well, Watertown can strike quickly. Babin tried to recover. He did not have much of a chance there. 10:28 to go, first period. Gullo and Newman draw and see if Motor City has the counterpunch here in the first. Colton back to Blaisdell, slides ahead to Rivers. Surveys the scene right to the tape of Wells, takes it into the offensive zone, rings it around the boards. Gullo waits for it, hops over his stick, kept in the zone by Colton. Shot deflected wide of the net. Wells in the corner, behind the net. Blaisdell searching, couldn't find the stick of Wells, and Gullo can't keep it in. Uh-oh, here come the Wolves again. Botero, shot, scores! Blink and you'll miss it, 2 goals for Watertown. A turnover in the offensive zone. And Mark Botero, his 4th of the season. And we'll see the resolve of Motor City. Down 2 goals rather quickly. Watertown will sacrifice some defense for offensive pressure. That was a gamble, and Mark Botero, the beneficiary. A fairly even game through the first 9 minutes or so has been quickly swung in the Wolves' favor. Motor City trying to get the puck back, get some possession, stop the bleeding a little bit, find a way to put a Band-Aid on it. In the offensive zone, Lord chips it up, back behind the end line, and another goal for Watertown. Hand-eye coordination, Trevor Graspy, and my goodness, it's an avalanche from Watertown at the moment. And all I can say is a stunned look on everyone in the purple and black. Trevor Graspy, his 5th of the year. Well, silver lining, Motor City has 49.5 minutes to try to dig out of this hole. Smith dumps it in to the far corner. I think the Rockers need to find a way to snap out of it. It's, again, I mentioned stop the bleeding. They need to find something to control this. Someone needs to take charge. Will Campbell behind the net. Leaves, and a power play could do the trick. Delayed call on Watertown. 8:55 to go in the first period. And we'll get a cross check on Andrew Whalen and a chance for the Rockers to get on the board, but But fans, I got to be honest, it's going to be an uphill battle for Motor City. 3-0 Watertown, 8:52 to go in the first period. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, and well, folks, it has not been a kind start. The Wolves have been on the hunt from the get, and it's already 3-0 Watertown. Let's take a look at what's going on around the Fed. HC Venom with a 3-2 lead over Binghamton early. A lot of scoring there. Nowhere else has anywhere that's lit the lamp. Danbury's up at McMorran, just about 40 miles up the road. Blue Ridge and Columbus still scoreless. Baton Rouge and Monroe will drop the puck at 8. 5 minutes later, you'll see Athens and Danville drop the puck. And finally, Carolina and Mississippi. 8:55 to go in the first period. And the Rockers are going on the Continental Electric Products Power Play. Proudly made in Michigan, Continental Electric Products provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Well, it's not the situation you want to be in, but it's the situation that's reality. 2 minutes on the board for Andrew Whalen. Gullo, Rivers, Wells, Milam, and McGill-Diaz trying to at least get one back. Milam shot, scores! How about it, coach? 3 seconds, and Jamison Milam gets the Rockers on the board. Well, I said they had an opportunity, and they didn't waste any time. Let's take another look at this. If you give Milam a lane, he'll find it. He just walked up, saw the very slight opening, and he got it. Tristan Wells out in front, screening. I don't believe Wells got a piece of it, but either way, I know it found the back of the net, and it's 3-1. Rockers on the attack. Eli Rivers slides it to the far side. Nearly turned over. 3-on-2 for Watertown if they hurry. On the left side, poked away by Colton, picked up by Gullo. Rockers looking for the breakout. Rivers on the far side, slides ahead. Wells and Gullo race for it. Maybe this is unofficial, but I'm going to say Wells and Gullo have the biggest height disparity among line mates in the league. In neutral ice, from the left side, shot knocked away. Colton has it. Blaisdell takes a second to control it. Feed up to Stevens. He chips it. Borotkin to the near side. Oh, a stick goes up high, and Gagnon's going to go to the box. 2 for a high stick, and Gagnon, I don't think that's what he was trying to do, but he caught him up high. The question is it 2 or 4? So Gagnon fresh off the IR, and as the Rockers picked up a little momentum, they're going to have to go back on the penalty kill. So again, the only question, 2 or 4 for the high stick to Sam Gagnon. Just 2 go up, so small break for Motor City. So the Rockers' penalty kill will go back out once again. They started the game shorthanded. Ironically enough, none of those 3 goals came on the power play for Watertown. It was bang, bang, bang. Right now, 3-1, Rockers have the latest, but a chance for the Wolves to get it right back. Off the draw, Milam smashes it along the boards. It'll go the length of the ice. Borotkin plays it behind the net. Smith pokes it away, but Trevor Lord keeps it in his grasp. 15 seconds into the Wolves power play. Walking it up the left side, Trevor Graspy. He has one of the three for Watertown. Chipped ahead, Trevor Lord. Bottom of the left wing circle. Back to the left point. Newman to Klink. He got the scoring started. Near side, one touch back to the point for Lord. Left wing circle and a very patient power play. Cerebral from Watertown, left side. Klink has it on the backhand, takes his time. We're 50 seconds into the Gagnon high sticky minor. Shot from the point, misses high, back behind the net. Cut both sides whacking at it. It comes out to Trevor Lord. He'll dig it out of his own skates along the near half wall. Calmly walks it up. Down to 55 seconds. Shot from point blank, kicked away by Babin. Rebound goes high and wide and out of the zone. And Motor City will at least get a few fresh bodies out there. Eli Rivers and Nick Gullo spill over the boards. Far side, Gaeta behind the net. He left it. It was collected by Shevers. Far side, Rivers pokes it away. One-on-one. Milam coming as well. Slides over Milam. Backhand saved by Borodkin. Second time he's closed the door on the 5-hole. And with 6:26 to go in the first period, Jamison Milam nearly had his second of the night. So an offensive zone draw for Motor City, down a man. They can control the draw, go a long way to getting Sam Gagnon out of the box. 3-1 Watertown. Hope you had your popcorn ready, your Valentine's Day chocolate, whatever you had sitting down to watch this game. Because there was no easing in. They jumped right into the deep end. Gingrich behind his own net. Breakout pass to the left side. Into the offensive zone. Watertown, cerebral with it. Down low, puck knocked away. 8 seconds till Gagnon out of the box. To the point. Near side, Harris Jr. Dissects the defense, right wing circle. Penalty has been killed. Here comes Gagnon, 5-on-5 hockey. In the corner, puck poked away. Rockers can try to shift the focus from defensive-minded to trying to get a second goal back. Nick Gullo. Backhands to neutral ice. Rotundi eventually ends up on the stick of Oakes. In deep, Cody Oakes waiting for the cavalry to come. Behind the net, doing a nice job buying time. Gagnon, right wing circle. Oh, he lost it. And here comes a 3-on-1 for Watertown. Jabari had it poked away. The captain with a nice job. And he gets a round of applause for his effort by neutralizing the threat. Cody Oakes over the red line. He's been working hard this shift. He'll dump it in and go for a well-earned rest on the pine. Henning had it knocked away by Tellstrom. Smith kept it in. No! Offside's the call. 5:03 to go in the first period. 3-1. Motor City trails Watertown. And fans, if your sides are a little off, Great Clips, keep your hair on sides. You can find them in Roseville. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Draw in front of the Watertown end, or bench, I should say. Colton from center ice. Borodkin couldn't control the shot, sends it to the far half wall, and again Colton comes up and it creates an odd man rush. Left side pass broken up by Blaisdell. Still with the Wolves, shot, rebound loose, sent to the corner. This is what I talk about when I say Watertown will trade some defensive-minded systems in their own zone. If they see an opportunity, they'll try to get up and out of the zone. Sometimes it goes big, but if they cheat early and they don't get the puck out, it can lead to scoring opportunities for the other side. Couple of whacks at it for Gaeta, looking for his second of the night. 4:17 to go, first period. 3-1 Watertown on top. At the Rocker blue line. Blaisdell steps in front of it. Pass went to the linesman. Didn't have a stick to bring it in with. So Watertown has it for the moment. Blaisdell blocking out Gaeta to Gullo. Near side Rivers. Along the half wall, Rivers back in. Gullo shot, rebound, Milam still sitting on the crease, poking, prodding at it, and we have a whistle as somehow Anton Borotkin kept it out of the goal mouth, but a scramble forward, a flurry of shots for Motor City comes up snake eyes. 3:49 to go in the first period. Watertown with a 3-1 lead. Motor City trying to get another back before the break. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam.
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Satiri Karageorgis from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
.349 left to go in the first period. Folks, I want to remind you that Polish American Heritage Night will be at the end of the month, February 28th, when the Columbus River Dragons come to town. You can get the Polish Night pack of just $17. A lot of different events going on that night. Make sure you find your way to Big Boy Arena on the 28th. Here on Valentine's Day, it's 3-1 Watertown. Rockers, no love lost between these two teams. In their own end, Milam had it knocked away, pins him to the boards. Gullo comes into battle for it. Milam battling with Gullo, slides ahead to Wells. Wells' long arm couldn't swipe it out of the zone. Erdman's shot deflected, kicked away by Babin. Second shot tipped wide. Gullo got a piece of it. He takes it up and out of his own zone. Gullo to Wells, diagonal dump in, battle for it, and it's behind the net. Wells out in front, Miguel Diaz scores! The first of the year for Nick Miguel Diaz, and the Rockers are within one here in the opening period. Take another look. Chaos in front. Miguel Diaz saw the opening right between the hash marks, and the pass right on the tape from Tristan Wells. Miguel Diaz, he's 14 assists coming into the game, no goals, scoreless no longer, and Motor City has gotten two back after giving up 3 goals in about a 90-second span. Rockers with a nice response. Long feed, Oakes racing forward. He'll win the race for icing. Drop pass right side, poked away from Kyle Stevens. This is start of the mentality and what Jamison Milam was talking about in the pregame show about, hey, controlling what you can control. It's about the attitude. It would have been real easy to go down after being down 3-0 and got a high stick on Motor City. Thornton went down, and Thornton was not happy, and he did not tell him he was going to send him a Valentine's Day card on the bench. Ryan Rotundi picks up the high stick. However, I'm not sure who Thornton was yelling at, because Rotundi was the other direction. Another 2 up on the scoreboard. And Rotundi, third penalty of the period for Motor City. Coming into tonight, Watertown converted about 1 in every 4 power plays. Now, I know the Rockers' PK has been pretty solid, but you don't want to give a high-scoring team like Watertown extra bites at the apple. And the delay of game before the game even started and 2 high stickings. I have a feeling this game could get a little testy before the night's over. So let's see what the Rockers' penalty kill can produce. 3rd time in the period, we'll see them. If all goes to plan, they'll get it to about half a minute left before we return to 5-on-5 hockey. On the left side, down low, returns for Klink. Shot deflected, Colton got in the way in front of it. Some stick taps for their captain. Behind the end line, returns to Klink. Surveys the scene, taking his time. Shot off the glove of Trevor Babin. Back in the corner, coming away with it, Gaeta. He takes his time. A swiping stick of Colton knocked it away. Down to the left wing circle. On the backhand to the near side, Klink walks it up, and he stick-handled himself into submission. Puck sitting just outside the crease, and it's poked to the near side corner. Dumped all the way down the ice. It will spin on its head. And a long pass from Borodkin. Milam hustles his way over there, and he'll dump it right back. 1:05 to go in the Rotundi high-sticking minor. Minute 37 to go in the first period. 3-2, Watertown on top. Wolves scored the first 3. Rockers with the last 2. Motor City trying to kill their 3rd penalty of the opening stanza. Leading goal scorer Trevor Lord dumps it in deep. To the near side, couple of black jerseys battle with a couple of white. Slides out, McGill Diaz had it knocked back to him. He will slide it all the way out of the zone. Nice job by the Rockers PK. Can they get another 30 seconds before Ryan Rotundi is released from the sin bin? Final minute of play in this first period. It has been a roller coaster affair. Trevor Lord, right wing circle, feed left side, shot save, rebound missed. Smith can't get it out of the zone. Milam racing for it. He knocks him off the puck. Rivers chips ahead, and Avery Smith will battle with Gingrich. 5 seconds till Ryan Rotundi comes out of the box. 2-1, and we're back to 5-a-side hockey. Here comes Ryan Rotundi for the final half minute of this opening period. Eli Rivers in his own end. And the Rockers steal one before the horn and get us back to square one. Rivers over center ice, had it poked away. McGill Diaz collects, horseshoes it around the boards, coming down Nick Gullo. He keeps it in deep. No, it hopped over him. 10 seconds to go in the first. Still in the Wolves' end. And it's pinned to the boards. Watertown tried to sneak it out. 3 seconds left. And after being down 3-0, I'm sure Motor City fine with a 1-goal deficit after 20 minutes of play. 3-2. Watertown on top of Motor City. We'll take a quick break, recap the first period and more when we come back. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is the free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Satiric Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Up in front, shot scores! Cumberland now shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Satiric Georges from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
up in front, shut scores! Summerfly now, shut scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FBHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Back here at Big Boy Arena, first intermission, it's 3-2. Watertown on top of Motor City. The cavalcade of goals for Watertown came within a 51-second span. It was Stephen Klink that got it going at the 9:32 mark, Quinn Shevers and Chase DeVary on the assist. Then, just 31 seconds later, Mark Botero from Carter Thornton to make it 2-0. And then 28 seconds later, Trevor Graspy, his fifth of the season, Davide Gaeta and Trevor Lord on the assist. It was 3-0 Watertown, but Motor City would answer back moments later on the power play. Jamison Milam fired a slap shot into the top right corner. Tristan Wells and Nick McGill-Diaz on the assist. And then about 5 minutes later, Nick McGill-Diaz got his first of the year from Eli Rivers and Nick Gullo. After a period, it's 3-2 Watertown. And in the first intermission, we'd like to welcome on Motor City Rocker General Manager Nick Field, a familiar face for some, maybe a new face for the newer fans. But Nick, thank you for taking some time to talk with us.
Yeah, Brady, thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
So first of all, let's talk about it. Your role now with the Motor City Rockers. You were here the first 2 seasons, weren't here for the start of this year, but with the new ownership group, you are now back. Just let everyone know what your role is and kind of what your job is with the Rockers, what you're in charge of.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just resuming the same role that I had previously, the first 2 years, basically just managing the hockey side of the operation here, roster management, locker room management, dealing with the coaches, helping out with some game day ops, and more or less just running the hockey side of the business.
So you've been busy since you've gotten here. Obviously a few moves. We've already seen some, Kabatayev, Stevens, some guys that you've already inserted into the lineup. Hopefully Brad Ryder, Chris Corrigan here for tomorrow's night's matchup. What do you see with this Motor City Rocker team? Because there are flashes of good. The way I've described it is there's pockets where you see, all right, we can get something out of this. It's just the consistency that's kind of been off. We saw the first period was a great example. A minute of disastrous hockey and you find yourself down 3-0. But if you look at the other 19 minutes, I thought they largely played fairly well. It was just that 1 minute was so disastrous they found themselves down a trio of goals.
Yeah, and coming back on board here midway through the season, we want to come in and give everybody a fresh look, a fresh start, and kind of evaluate where the team was at right now. Obviously, the first half of the season was, pretty rough as far as record and standings go, but I really want to get an idea of what this team was and the personnel. Fortunately, I have some experience with, about half of the team, and then I wanted to give the guys I wasn't familiar with an opportunity to see, what they're all about as well. As far as the inconsistencies, that's part of the problem. We really got to dial it in and play a very consistent and structured and disciplined defensive game. Giving up quality chances in hockey is a recipe for disaster, and that's something that we're working on to try and tighten up a little bit. So overall, it's just a matter of trying to improve the roster before the year's over here. We're definitely not just sitting pat. We're trying to make changes where changes can be made and to improve the roster overall and have a strong finish here.
Well, I think Rockers fans that have been around a while, I think it's fair to say, let's call it the past 8 to 9 months or so, have been a little tumultuous. It's been very up and down. We talk about consistency on the ice, but how important is it for franchise health and even on the ice health to know that now there's a stable group up front that they know when they come in who they're talking to, that you're one of the guys dealing with the hockey side of operations. How important is just having a familiar voice and one that they know, hey, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now is going to be the guy we're reporting to?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that, I discussed with the team a few weeks back when we first came on board is, hey, look, I understand that, being in your shoes, there's a lot of change over the summer and a lot of inconsistencies to start the season here. But fortunately, we're in a spot now where we're going to have some stability. And, the goal is to get back to where we were, year one and year two. I thought we made some good progress in building the team and had a lot of character guys and the credit to the previous ownership, where you're able to make sure the guys were treated the right way, and the results came on the ice. And again, the new ownership group here is going to provide the same stability and the same opportunity. So again, we're kind of running on the fly here, but the goal is to get back to that level. Not just next season, but we're trying to do what we can now to get back to where we want to be and then have a good strong push towards the end of the season.
Well, obviously, we start here tonight if we can find a way to get 3 points. I like the way they battled back, got the last 2 goals, but just for the future, like you said, this season but into next season, what's something that you and new owner Ken Andrews, what are you guys looking to do maybe the rest of this season and going forward? What are some things Rockers fans can look forward to here at Big Boy Arena?
Yeah, so Ken Andrews, the new owner, is very committed to the overall fan experience. So he's already in process of working on arena upgrades to enhance that. I think the next homestand, which will be 2 weeks from now, the fans are going to be able to see, visibly see some of those improvements and some changes, just to make the fan experience, something that they can remember and be a part of. So, that's credit to him and wanting to have the vision to make this great facility a little bit more fan friendly as far as entertainment goes, and and on the ice, we're working hard to improve the product on the ice. But like you said, I mean, the first thing is compete and work hard. That's step one, and then comes the other parts that what it takes to find wins. And we're working on that. And again, we can't change everything overnight, but we're working steadily on it and looking to finish strong here.
And no doubt about it, last question, just to quell any fears, you're keeping the purple and black and the Rockers logo, because even people when they come to town always tell me it's one of their favorite in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's not going anywhere. I think last year we got voted the best logo or the best brand in single A minor league hockey. So that's a fixture here to stay. It's a great brand. It represents the city well. It's a great color scheme, and it's a great logo. So that's not going anywhere.
Well, Nick, I appreciate it. Hopefully they start off the second period just as well as they finished the first. I mean, again, sans that 60 seconds, not a bad period, but you can't take away those 60 seconds. Hopefully they keep the momentum going into the middle frame.
Absolutely. Credit to the guys to keep fighting back and finish that period strong to get back in this game, and we got 60 minutes to go.
Oh, that was Motor City Rockers General Manager Nick Field. I appreciate it so much for spending some time with us. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll take a break, come back with more in the first intermission, rather. 3-2, Watertown on top. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another episode of 5 Minutes in the Box. This time I'm joined by Tristan Wells. Tristan, how's it going?
Good, and you?
Not too bad, man. Can't complain. Now, I know back when they announced you were coming back to the team, again, social media blew up. The fans are excited to know that you're back on the team. Give us a little bit of history, because I know you were on the Rockers last season. Like, what's kind of your hockey journey been?
Oh yeah, I started with the Rockers around last Thanksgiving, and I got the pleasure to play with them for the rest of the last season. And then I started this year in Macon in the SPHL, and when things didn't work out there, I was pretty excited to get back there to Motor City and get back home with all the boys.
Awesome, man. Well, we're happy to see you back, and the fans are happy to see you back. What's some stuff that you do outside of playing hockey, like hobbies and things like that?
Recently, me and the guys have been going to the sauna at the gym a lot. Yeah, a lot of sauna time. Hop in there for about 20-30 and then jump in the cold shower afterwards. That's been pretty sweet. Now, besides that, we've been just watching hockey and hanging out kind of in the evenings.
Hanging out?
Yeah.
So the sauna thing, like what do you enjoy? Is that like good recovery from practice, or is it just a good way to relax?
I'm not really sure what the science is behind it, but it's just a good way to get a sweat going, get everything out of you, and I don't know, just hopping in the cold shower afterwards, super refreshing. I couldn't tell you what it does, but it does something for you.
I know you're from Denver originally, correct? Yep. Okay. So from Denver to you're down in Macon, that's Georgia. Now you're in the Motor City area.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite place? Like, do you prefer always to be home, or do you mind being away?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I get to come home in the summer and be with my family and friends. So I definitely love Denver. And that's probably where I call home. But, Detroit's got to become a second home to me. I certainly like it here. It's a nice, gritty winter.
Yeah, it is. It is a very gritty winter. So, dude, first game back on the Rockers. You started things off with the bang. Hat trick on the first game back. How does that feel, man?
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It felt great, yeah.
Very cool. You spend a lot of time watching hockey. So are you watching, like, NHL, like rooting for a team? Or are you watching, like, game tape to try to see how you can be better as a player? Like, what kind of stuff are you watching in terms of hockey?
Like I think a lot of the guys on the team will watch their own individual game back. That's kind of something you do as an individual. But sometimes we'll sit down as a team and watch that, and we'll do video as well as a team. It's kind of break down concepts that we need to master, as well as kind of the strategies that the other team may be having in place.
I got you.
And aside from that, like we just watch hockey or football or whatever back home, just like anyone else, just enjoy the
Who
game.
do you root for football wise?
No, I love the Broncos. They're hot this season. Yeah,
Okay.
but I also can't go against the Lions.
Yeah, well, not in this town.
No.
That would be a big mistake in this town to go against the Lions.
Nope, I'm a Lions stan here. I just pretend so I can fit in with the rest of the guys.
Little closeted Broncos action.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. What about hockey? Like, who do you root for in terms of hockey?
I love the Avs.
The Avalanche. Oh
Yeah.
man, like that's rough.
Yeah,
That's a rough one, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's hometown, so it makes
yeah.
complete
We've been
sense.
pretty hot recently. We do all right.
Yeah. I think you might be doing a little bit better than the team we might be rooting for, but
Your boys aren't too bad either.
yeah, they're doing okay. So last year on the team with the Rockers, you were teammates, with J-Mo Milan. How does it feel now that he's coach?
Fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels really fitting. I think a lot of guys look to him to set certain standards and kind of give guys advice on how to play things and how to act in certain situations. And he's just got so much experience and is such a veteran guy that you can take pretty much anything he's got to say as word. That's how it's done.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, I think when they announced also, when J-Mo was taking over as the head coach, like fans online rejoiced. It was very positive feedback on that. So
the right guy for the job.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to say? You want to add?
No. Happy to be back here.
Okay.
Glad to be back with all the Rockers fans. Excited to get back for a home game.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, good luck this weekend.
Nice,
We appreciate you taking the time.
Of course. Thank you.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is the free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! Number one, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! Number one, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah! Picked up in front, shot, scores! Number one, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is TJ Sneath from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 3-2. Middle ground. Watertown on top of Motor City. And let's take a look at the tail of the tape so far in this one. It was 3 goals in 59 seconds for Watertown as the 8 different Wolves picked up a point in that first period. Jameson Milam and Nick McGill-Diaz, a pair of defensemen with goals for Motor City. And that goal for McGill-Diaz, his 50th point in the purple and black, and the 50th with in the FPHL. So congratulations to him. Both goalies were asked to make a fair bit of saves. Borodkin made 9 of 11 saves, and Trevor Babin 13 of 16. Again, stats all season long, brought to you by PSN Technologies. Coming out for the second period is the period known as the long change. So naturally, the perfect drink to go with it, the long drink. Sparkling refreshment, real liquor, the long drink. Try one today. So it was sometimes a 3-2 game, you feel like it's back and forth. To borrow a term from basketball, it's been a game of runs. One team hits a few threes in a row, the other answers out of a timeout. And that's kind of how it's been here, where both sides have spent extended time in the offensive zone. There hasn't been a lot of back and forth play. It's been pockets of each side playing pretty well. So we'll see what happens here in the second period. Rockers have scored the last 2. Stevens, Smith, Tellstrom, Blaisdell, and Colton out for Motor City. You have Gaeta alongside Graspy. And at the other forward spot, Trevor Lord, it's Harris Jr. and Gingrich out for Watertown as we start the second period. 3-2. Watertown on top. Shot and a scramble for it. Babin sits on top of it. Stretching out the groin. Nearly doing the splits to keep that outside the goal. And Babin's been asked to make some tough saves. I would say of the 3 goals Watertown scored, none of them were cheapies. They were all pretty solid goals. Puck sits behind Trevor Babin, slides to the far side. Kapateev over to Smith, nearly cut off by Harris Jr. Over to Colton, takes a second to find it to the tape. Tellstrom chips ahead, just off net. Borodkin knocks it away. Ludlow Harris Jr. into center ice. It ends up with Blaisdell. Dearborn native gives to the near side. Colton to the center, back to Blaisdell off the skate of Tellstrom. Surveys the scene, he'll skate it into the offensive zone. Rink-wide feed. Kapateev shot, rebound, goes wide of the net. To the point, Rotundi keeps it in by a hair. Shot on net, deflected, rebound out in front of the crease, and Smith tried to kick it to his stick. Could not do it. Rockers stay on the attack. Back to the point, deflected. Nice job by Watertown knocking that away. It was Davide Gaeta. 18:45 to go, second period. I told you it's a game of runs. The way Watertown plays, you're going to see a lot of offensive opportunities. In the Watertown end. Comes out Gaeta. Drop pass right side. Shot from Lord. Oh, friendly fire. Gaeta got the worst of that puck. That's going to leave a bruise in the morning. Gullo into the Watertown zone only for a moment, and it's gone. Will Campbell, the rookie, tried to send it toward the blue line, and Watertown stepped in front of it. Specifically, that was Derschel. On the near side boards, kept in by Rivers. Watertown has it in their own end. Feels like both sides hit the reset button after the early flurry from each end. And now, the next mistake could be a big one. Watertown could extend it to a 2-goal lead and recapture the momentum But if Motor City able to tie it up, man, really feels like the Wolves on their heels. Milam to the near side Oaks. Couldn't get it past Dershel. Spins around, banks it, and laying out Thornton. Got a piece of it. Milam collects in his own end. 2.5 minutes into the second period, presented by the Long Drink. Puck deep into the Watertown end. Cody Oaks, the first rocker there. Pinned to the boards, leaves it back. Gagnon comes to help. Slid past him. A couple of Watertown players on the near side, taken away. Stevens shot from a shallow angle, and it's sticked aside by Borodkin. Slap shot, Milam tipped out in front, second effort, and 2 looks from Stevens, and Borodkin slams the door twice. Here comes Botterill. He scored the last goal for Watertown. Right now, he has the difference maker. To the near side, Stevens drops it to Tellstrom. Left side, McGill Diaz had it broken up. Along the near side, Newman. Shot on net. It's shouldered aside by Trevor Babin. Bang pass, Kabateyev racing for it, and McDonald swipes at it to send it to safety. Newman on the near side, bounces it along the boards. It will slide past Trevor Babin. Over to Avery Smith, the Texas native. Over to Kabateyev. Banks it off the far boards. At the blue line, Cheevers. To the center of the ice. Knocked away from Gaeta. Kabateyev tried to step in front of it. Nice job by Gaeta to neutralize a potential breakaway. Over on the far side, Tellstrom. Tried to drop the puck back, and he missed the frozen biscuit completely. Dumps it in deep. Smith uses the big frame to pin to the boards. Kabateyev comes to aid. Back to Smith. To Kabateyev behind the net. And a shot, or a pass rather, ends up in the crease. Borodkin covers it up. 15:51 to go in the second period. Watertown leads 3-2, but Motor City has the momentum. They've scored the last 2 goals, none of which have come here in the middle frame. Gullo, Rivers, Wells out there for the forwards. Blaisdell and Colton for the D pairing. Rivers off the draw, makes the man miss. Shot, and he misses wide. Oh, Rivers put the moves on him, just couldn't get the shot on target. Still in the Watertown zone, Blaisdell battles, banks it off the end boards, coming up Colton. Pins it along the half wall, slides in deep. Rivers. He's pressured off the puck by Harris Jr. Over to the far side, Gingrich. Backhands it across the way. Harris has it knocked away. And Gullo pressures on the forecheck. Rockers controlling the pace of play right now. Just under 5 minutes into this second period. 3-2 Watertown. Babin comes out of the net to play it. Kuhn to the far side, Blaisdell. Past Gagnon. Stevens stayed onside. Couldn't get the puck. Trevor Lord has it, and he's able to evade the pressure from Gagnon. Back behind the net. Henning slides it along the board to the far side. Trevor Lord drops back. It's Newman. Ahead to the near side, into the offensive zone, Lord. No help in the right wing circle. Shot trickles to Babin, and he's easily able to paddle it aside. In neutral ice, in stride, Tellstrom. Power forward on the right side, fakes the shot, gives it back on the near wing. Rotundi in deep. Smith has it in the corner, looking for somewhere to send it. Pressure comes, and he turns it over. 14 minutes to go in the middle period, 3-2 Watertown. Botterill to the middle, shot, and it's punched away. Rebound sent to the corner. Watertown with a prime opportunity. Shot again, tipped into the chest of Trevor Babin. He'll freeze it for a much-needed whistle. 13:50 to go, second period. 3-2, Motor City trails Watertown. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Up front, shuts doors. Cumberland, now shot scores! Here we go, Smithson, we got a full line roll! FBHL full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Jake Rowley from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 3-2, Watertown leads Motor City. Give a little bit of love to some of our Park Avenue production team right now. Nick Martin on the camera. Have Tate on graphics. Keeping the broadcast up and running. Reason why every game try to take a step further. They've done a great job all season long, helping to bring you Motor City Rocker hockey, courtesy of Park Avenue Productions. Offensive zone draw for the Wolves. They had the last flurry of shots. Right now, shots in the second period, 5-4 in favor of Watertown. In neutral ice. Smith to the far side, poked away before it reaches the stick of Kabatayev. On the far boards, it's knocked away by Trevor Newman. Backhanded in deep, but Avery Smith all by his lonesome behind the net. Off the boards, he gets his own puck. Right to the tape of Kabatayev. Goes around Newman into the offensive zone, 1-on-3. Kabatayev waits for reinforcements. At the point, leaves it near side, Gullo. One-timer, Tellstrom, shot goes wide of the net. Milam down low, the D-man gives to Nick McGill-Diaz. Shot on net, tipped wide, racing for it, Kabatayev. Back between the circles is Milam, a delayed penalty coming up. Motor City about to go back on the man advantage. They've already scored once. And we get a high stick on Watertown, 12:57 to go in the second period. And that call results in a Rockers power play, powered by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of your Motor City Rockers. 2 minutes for high sticking to Trevor Newman. It took the Rockers all of 3 seconds to convert from Jamison Milam. And it'll be that same group out there. Gullo, Rivers, Wells, Milam, McGill-Diaz. Clean win by Gullo. This time Wells collects. He had his pocket picked by Trevor Lord, and it may take longer than 3 seconds for the Rockers to score on the power play this time. Prime opportunity to tie this game up at 3. McGill-Diaz, left side Rivers, works around a defenseman. Left wing circle, tried to feed it to Wells, knocked away, and it goes all the way down the ice. Trevor Babin on a knee, plays it. Leaves for McGill-Diaz, 30 seconds into the Newman high-sticking minor. McGill-Diaz to Colton, rink-wide feed, finds Gullo. Around one Wolf, took a stick with him. Gullo, shot goes wide of the net. Rivers and Colton come up to collect. It's the captain, Colton, slides it along the boards, and McGill-Diaz will keep it in. Chipped in to the right side. Rivers, from his sternum, knocks it down. Takes his time in the corner. Rivers, back behind the net, was looking for Blaisdell, turned it over, 2-on-2. Lord, back to the right side, Klink, shot deflected up into the netting. 11:53 to go in the second period, 56 seconds left to go in the Rocker man advantage. We'll get a draw in the Watertown Wolf end. Kabatayev, Tellstrom, Smith, alongside Colton and Blaisdell in the purple and black. Looking for the first goal of this second period, second power play of the night. Clean win for the Wolves, shorthanded. Shot from the point, deflected wide, no shot on goal. Colton slides to Blaisdell. He surveys the scene, finds a racing Kabatayev over the red, now the blue line. Left wing circle. One of the newer Rockers rings it around the boards. Colton looks it into his stick. Into the corner, Smith, he can't control it. Kabatayev comes down. 30 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Colton to Blaisdell. Shot on net, high and wide. It's not on net, I was a bit presumptuous. Tellstrom, in close, Kabatayev, shot and a save. And it's raced all the way down the rink. 15 seconds, the Rockers try to tie it on the power play. Avery Smith slides it wide of the net. It'll bank all the way to neutral ice. And Blaisdell whacks at it. He's pressured by Klink, turned over, and he can't get a shot on goal. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Rockers now 1 of 2 on the power play. Gagnon shot into the glove of Anton Borotkin. 10:51 to go in the second period. 3-2. Watertown still on top of Motor City. While the scoring may have settled down a bit here in the middle frame, the shots certainly have not. If you're a fan of old school 80s, 90s style hockey where it's chance after chance after chance, this is the game for you. Wolves win it in their own end. Ludlow Harris Jr., a couple of one-touch passes, ends up to Botterill. He lost it, able to chip it back in. On the near hash marks, Newman, bottom of the left wing circle. Botterill shot, paddled away by Babin. An opportunity from point blank. Back behind the net. Pass knocked away, and it ends up on the far side. And the Rockers 2-on-2 on the breakout. It's Gagnon and Oakes. Oakes works around a defender, right wing circle, backhand, wide of the net. Stevens collects, shot, sails wide. Rotundi walks up at the half wall, tries to backhand it to the corner. It's taken away. Approaching the midway point of this contest, Watertown has a 3-2 advantage. They led 3-0. All 3 of their goals came within 59 seconds of each other. Rockers have the last 2. Wells by his lonesome in the offensive zone, takes a shot, rebound loose, another poke at it, and it's Borotkin that lost his stick, but Watertown able to get it out of the zone, and Borotkin will collect. Motor City done a nice job recently, only giving the Wolves 1 look, maybe 2, at Trevor Babin. Not a lot of sustained pressure. That's a problem that plagued Motor City most of the season, really. They've only outshot their opponents 5 times through 35 games this year. That's part of the reason why. Gaeta back behind the net. Pass hit the skate of Nick Gullo. Him and Graspy were tangled up. Top of the right wing circle, walking up. Puck knocked away. McGill Diaz fans on a clearing attempt. Wells banks it ahead. Rivers at the offensive blue line lost it, and he'll go off the ice. 8:55 to go, second period, 3-2. Watertown on top. McGill Diaz turns it over, bottom of the left wing circle. Shot raised way above the net. Gullo. Turn it over. Back to the right side. Milam banks it off the end boards. McGill Diaz there. Tellstrom lost it. Goes back to Lord behind Babin. From point blank, and a save. Gaeta looking for his second of the night. Breakout for Motor City, 2-on-2. Smith and Tellstrom. The Texan into the offensive zone. Smith in close, had it knocked away. Stick was lost, and that was a Wolf stick, but they'll take it into the offensive zone. Trevor Babin to the far side. 8 minutes to go in this second period. Both sides trading opportunities, up and down action. Both sides getting their skating in, that's for sure. Not a lot of standing around in this one. Shot, scores, hit off the glove of Trevor Babin, and Watertown gets the first one of the second period. It's back to a 2-goal Wolf advantage. Stephen Klinks, second of the game, 11th of the year. And Babin was just a bit slow on the draw with the glove. I think Josh Colton, talking to the official, maybe wondering if that was potentially offside. So Lord and Colton going to have a conversation, I think, and Kyle Stevens having a word with the other official. I think the Rockers trying to politic for an offside call. I think it'll fall on deaf ears. It was definitely close. And looking back at it, I think I'd have to agree with Colton and Stevens that Wolves maybe caught a break, but you don't apologize when they happen to you. Shot from center ice, it's loose out in front, and it's covered up by Borodkin. Nearly disastrous for the Watertown netminder. 7:35 to go in the second period. 4-2. Watertown on top. We'll take a break. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
Let's take a look here, and yeah, that's pretty close, but you see, I think the skates of Klink are a bit behind the blue line as he brought that puck in. Let's get one more look as he receives this pass. Yeah, it's bang, bang. I understand in real time how you might miss it. I mean, we have the benefit of frame-by-frame replay. If this was the show, I think that gets overturned, but it's sometimes the breaks go your way, sometimes they don't. That one went Watertown's way. They're not going to apologize. They're not going to feel bad for Motor City. Rockers have a slightly steeper hill to climb. 4-2, Watertown on top. Off the draw, Colton shot deflected, and Borodkin struggling right now to control rebounds. Wolves on the break, knocked away. Gagnon picks it up off the middle of the glass. Harris, pass was tipped by Gagnon. Off the far boards, Colton collects at his own blue line. The captain slides across to Blaisdell. Stevens chips in deep, just wide of the net. Borodkin will leave it behind him. Gingrich to the far side, and Blaisdell misses it with his outstretched stick. Klink, he was spinning for a hit that never came. Deep in the Rockers' end. Blaisdell pass deflected. Colton picks it up. Backhand saucer to the near side. Wells over center ice. He'll slide it in. He'll dump, and he chases. Rivers to the far corner. Dabari worked around one defender, and Campbell breaks up the subsequent pass. Wells off the near boards. Gullo on the forecheck. 6:23 to go, second period. 4-2 Watertown. Klink's second of the night, the latest, the only one in the second period. And that one gave the momentum back in the Watertown end. Right wing circle shot deflected. Second effort kicked away by Babin. Still loose, and Babin able to knock it into the trapper. Get a whistle with 6:07 to go in the second period. We'll get changes from both ends. Off the draw, Will Campbell slides to the far side. It's Ryan Rotundi. Long diagonal feed, can't quite make it to Kuhn. And it's deflected back into the Watertown end. Derschel found the far side, and a nice feed in between a couple of Rockers. Turned over, however. Smith slides it across the blue line. Will Campbell comes up over center ice. Guides it into the Watertown zone, loses possession. And the Wolves, they've been controlling play ever since that goal. Motor City chasing two. They gave up three quick ones in the first. They've been climbing uphill ever since. McGill Diaz, left wing circle on the attack. Shot goes wide of the net. Milam on net, and that shot controlled by Borodkin. We're going to draw in the Watertown end. 5:19 to go, second period, presented by the Long Drink. 4-2. Watertown on top of Motor City. Rockers trying to break a short two-game skid and work their way back up the Empire Division standings, possibly get themselves out of the play-in game, but 19 points behind Watertown. Going to start with a strong effort this weekend. Down 2 goals more than midway through. Like to find at least one before we head to the third. At center ice. Lord, shot, and Babin has it cleanly. Oh, he pinned it on his left shoulder. Lord has 20 on the year. He was looking for 21. Get a draw in the Motor City end. Milam off the draw, banks to Nick McGill-Diaz. On the far side, Oakes just bats at it down on the ice. At the Rocker logo, pressure from Stevens. Back into the Watertown end, Lord. Back to Harris Jr. Turns to Lord, center ice, Graspy. Over the red line, drop pass to Lord. McGill-Diaz guides him behind the net. Wrap around attempt, point blank look, and a save by Babin. Scramble for it, and they score. Babin made one save, couldn't make the second or third, and just like that, it's a 3-goal game once again. Davide Gaeta, he has 2 tonight. .438 to go in the second period, and all that effort to make it a 1-goal game at the end of the first is for naught. Rockers have 25 minutes to erase a 3-goal deficit. They want to get any points tonight. That goal by Gaeta, his 100th point in his career. And all smiles from the Watertown end. And talked about it with general manager Nick Field. There's pockets of solid hockey, but when it's not going well for Motor City, it digs them in such a deep hole that it's hard for them to work their way out of it. Or they expend so much energy trying to get out of it, they're a little gassed, and you saw Watertown just take advantage of it. Here comes a breakout. Jabari. Pass deflected to the far side for Erdman. Blaisdell slides it, knocked away. And a big hit laid by Shevers. Oh, and Trevor Babin giving Shevers a piece of his mind. And Shevers coming back to have words with him. Play down in the other end. Pass tip, Rotundi. To the near side, Wells. Over to Avery Smith, 2-on-2. Smith taken away by Botterill. 3:09 to go, second period, 5-2 Watertown. In close, shot saved by Babin. Couldn't control it, play goes on. In the far corner, pass to Tellstrom. That's the wrong color jersey. Watertown still controls it. Newman, bottom of the left wing circle, in close. Puck poked away to the far side. Newman back skates to the point. Far side, and right now it feels like Watertown on a power play, but I assure you it's 5-on-5. Thornton in close, he lost it. Smith over to Rotundi, finds Tellstrom, wheeling down the near side, slap shot, save, rebound. Controlled by Watertown over to Thornton. McGill-Diaz can't keep it in, and Milam at his own blue line, backhands to Kapatayev. 2:17 to go, second period, 5-2 Watertown. The Wolves have struck twice here in the middle frame. Smith over the red line, and that is deflected up and into the netting. 2:08 to go in the second period, 5-2. Motor City trails Watertown. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 5-2 Watertown on top. Let's take a look at what's going on around the league. HC Venom and Binghamton are tied at 3. Danbury and Port Huron deadlocked at 2. Columbus with the early lead over Blue Ridge 1-0. Baton Rouge and Monroe 1-1 game. High scoring down the land of Lincoln is the Dashers, and Athens tied at 2. Carolina with a 3-1 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. In a neutral zone draw. .208 to go, second period. Rockers had it within 1. Not but a few minutes ago, but Watertown, as they do, strikes quickly. Quick offsides call. And always got to remind you, fans, if your sides are a little off, Great Clips will keep your hair on sides. You can find them at their Warren location. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Milam rings it around the boards. A couple of black jerseys come in to apply some pressure. Oaks on the far side. Digging the puck in the corner. It's it behind the net. Gagnon comes down. Far side, Lord and Milam battle for it. It'll go by both of them. Roll on its side to Nick McGill-Diaz. 100 seconds left to go. Turnover. Look out. Shot goes wide of the net. Oh, another grade A opportunity. Could have potentially given the dagger here in the second period. McGill-Diaz to Oaks. Over to Milam. He had the first goal for Motor City tonight. Shot paddled away by Borodkin. Hasn't been a lot of sustained pressure for Motor City, a lot of one and done. Wells out of his own zone. You can find one before the horn and at least quell the pressure a little bit for Motor City, make the job a little easier in the third. Wells backhands it to the far side. Into the corner to Ludlow Harris Jr. Final minute of play in this second period. Watertown has gotten the only 2 goals in this frame, extended their lead to 3. Rivers, drop pass. Colton works around a defender. Shot is deflected before it reaches Borodkin. Not a bad opportunity, but it goes by the wayside. Lord into the offensive zone. Leaves it back for Gaeta. He has 2 tonight. Back to neutral ice, 30 seconds to go. McDonald will backskate into his own end. Pass way off the mark. Blaisdell easily has it. Gullo tips, won't make it all the way to Tellstrom. 20 seconds to go in the frame. McDonald in deep. On the forehand, back to the point. Shot right into the glove of Babin. He'll play for the whistle. 12.6 to go in the second period. 5-2 Watertown. Off the draw, Motor City has it. Time for one final rush. Kapatayev has 5 seconds, and he will play for the next period. Gives to Tellstrom not enough time to get it down the ice. And the Rockers will head into the third period, licking their wounds. They trail the Wolves 5-2. We'll take a break, come back, recap the second period and more. You're watching Motor City Rockers Hockey.
.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Picked up in front, shut doors! Number one, now shut doors! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is the free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 5-2 Watertown on top of Motor City. It was a tough period for the Rockers as 2 goals were netted from Watertown. Take a look at the stats from that period, and it's goals from Stephen Klink and Davide Gaeta. It was Babin 25 saves right now, and as we update the Watertown stats, it's been a parade of points for the Wolves. Gaeta picked up his 100th career point in the Fed with that second goal of the night. Give a shout out to all the fans watching from not just across the country, not just across the continent, but we even have some fans watching from across the ocean. LaClaw watching from Sheffield, England. We appreciate you. You either staying up or got up early for us. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we can give you a fantastic finish. But the Rockers need to erase a 3-goal deficit in the third and final frame. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more. You're watching Motor City Rockers Hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is the free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, I'm joined by the returning Nick Golo. Nick, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going well. Excited to be here. Happy to do this, and let's rock here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, first game back as a Rocker this season. For those of you who don't know, I think you played on past seasons.
Yep, last season.
Last season, you were a part of the Rockers team. First game back, scored the game-winning in overtime goal against the Port Huron Prowlers. How's that feel, man?
Exciting. I mean, most importantly, we got the win, right? And I think it showed a lot of resilience in our group coming back down 2-0 with, I think, under 4 minutes left. And obviously, it feels good to make a contribution. I guess it is a new team. Just to come in, help the boys get a win, right? Kind of solidify yourself, let them know you're here for the right reasons. And like I said, it got us the win, and that's most important.
So I feel like it's got to feel a little extra special. A, returning to the team. And B, I believe you came from the Dashers, who haven't been doing so hot this season.
Yeah.
So to actually record a W on the team you're playing for had to absolutely feel good as well. So some of the fans that are new to the Rockers, can you tell me a little bit about your hockey journey? Like, where are you from? How did you get into hockey originally?
So I'm from Rochester, New York. And I actually grew up, my uncles were playing hockey, just like recreational, like men's league or whatever. And from what my parents tell me, I was walking at about 9 months, and then they had me on skates at 1.5 years. And
no way. Wow.
Yeah. And I was like pretty typical, like skating on a pond or on a frozen parking lot as a kid. And it's honestly my earliest childhood memories are playing hockey or skating. And I was your typical kid. messing around the house, always had a hockey stick in my hand. It was always on the TV, and went through my local youth learn to skate program, and went through travel programs, traveled a little bit. I left home at 12 years old to go live out of town to play for a better youth program, and juniors, college, and now pro. So the rest is history. But to say it's been my whole life is pretty accurate, and I'm sure later in this video we'll get to what my business is now outside of hockey, which is still involved in hockey, but for sure it's been everything I could have ever dreamed of and wanted, and I'm just happy that I've been part of this ride.
That's awesome. But yeah, you mentioned it, so tell us a little bit about what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
Yeah, so and when I was in high school and college, I started helping out with just private lessons at my local rink, and as I've gotten older, I progressed and found that this is something that I have a knack for, and I really like to do it. So me and one of my best friends, we started our own business this summer called Hire Hockey. For the fans to check that out, get a plug, hirehockey.net. And basically what it is, it's an online mentorship and video analysis for kids from 8 years old all the way up to Division I or Olympic hockey players.
Very
and
cool.
Just to go into a little bit about it, we'll clip their games and basically like what coach would do with us. We're going to go over film with them and, kind of help them on the journey their journey that we took, and just spread our tutelage to them.
Oh, very cool. Like passing some of the knowledge down to the younger generation.
Yep. And then obviously we do on ice stuff with them in the summer too, but while we're away playing our seasons respectively, it's a way to keep in contact and help the next generation of future players.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
You can kind of give back and keep the hockey alive in the youth. Because I feel like a lot of times now, like kids are more focused on like video games and being like influencers and stuff like that, and less about like being outside, being active and playing sports. So that's awesome.
And what's cool about it too is everyone says hockey's 90% mental and 10% physical. Well, everyone always teaches the on ice or the physical part, right? Where with us at Hire, we've really dove into the mental aspect of it and mental conditioning and therapy that goes on with athletes of all different ages, right? You have teenage kids who are going through God knows what with changes, and kids trying to get committed to schools, or maybe they're finding out that their parents want them to play hockey and it's really not for them. So there's so much more to the mental side, and that's kind of what we focused on. So it's really exciting. It's going incredibly well, and I hope everyone comes and checks out the website.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. Hobbies, man. What do you do hobby-wise? Obviously, you're playing hockey.
Yep.
You're mentoring, the youth with hockey. What do you do like that's not hockey related?
I don't know if this really counts. I went to school for exercise science and kinesiology, so I got my strength conditioning degree.
Okay.
So I coach as a sport performance or sport specific type gym. So we're working with athletes, again, boys and girls of all different ages, all different levels, all the way up to Olympic athletes. So I do that a lot. I guess that's somewhat related to hockey. But other than that, I like to hike a lot and kind of just go walking, like not anything like mountain peaks, but just walking through trails and stuff like that.
Cool. If you like the outdoors, that type of stuff. That's funny because Rico Gonzalez, when we sat down and talked, hiking was one of the things that he enjoyed doing as well.
Yeah.
What's the coolest place you've hiked?
Coolest place I've hiked. There's like some wildlife refuge in western or more central New York. It's called Montezuma, and it's pretty cool. It's just like a big marshland, but there's some forest to it, and you can see and I'm kind of nerd out with this stuff. You can see like over 100 to 200 different species of like birds and animals in this wildlife refuge.
Are you a bird guy?
A little bit, yeah. So my mom worked.
Never would have thought. A bird guy right here. We got gardeners, we got bird guys, you got it all.
My mom worked at the lab of ornithology for Cornell. So for those of you who don't know, the ornithology is the study of birds. So
that's what I would have assumed. I didn't know that for sure, but
so her job was basically to monitor certain species of birds that might be common or foreign, and just kind of study their behaviors and stuff. And she was doing that when I was a teenager. So whether I was reluctant or not, she dragged me out on trails with the big binoculars and telescopes, and I kind of found that was kind of cool. And I don't nerd out too much on it, but I know a little bit more than your common person. So it's kind of cool.
Do you have a favorite bird species you'd have to share?
No, nothing crazy.
No?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, a duck. Definitely a duck. Just a duck. Yeah,
okay,
for sure. Just a plain mallard duck are my favorite.
Mallard duck.
I want to own a duck, so if anyone's selling a duck, contact me. I'll buy your duck.
Really?
So my girlfriend and I would love it. It'd be fantastic.
I have a friend who has 2 ducks as a pet.
Let us know. We're looking to house a duck. So
that's very cool.
But, yeah.
I'll put some feelers out for you.
Yeah, see what we got out there.
So being from New York, who do you root for in terms of like pro sports? Football, hockey? Do you have some favorite teams?
Well, this is very soft subject right now. I'm a diehard Bills fan.
Oh.
So I mean, look at all you Chiefs fans out there. We know you're cheating, right? We know that. You can agree to it.
The NFL's rigged. Everybody knows
NFL is
that.
rigged. No, that one hurt. We're still mourning, so please give us our space and time. But diehard Bills fan, I have jumped through a couple tables before. I'm okay.
Oh, you're part of the Bills Mafia right here. Bills Mafia right here.
Yeah, one of them. Quiet guy off the ice, but sometimes I get a little wild there. Hockey's weird. So I grew up a Sabres fan, but now I know so many players who play that I grew up training with or whatever that are in the NHL that I'm personally friends with. I'm more a fan of them.
So you're more of a fan of players specifically.
Correct, right? I want my friends to do personally well. So if they're on X team, like yes, I want that team to do well. I think deep down, sure, I'm still a Sabres fan. But
so you pick favorites, like if you have two friends that are playing on opposite teams going against each other.
Well,
you flip a coin,
we'll see who can get me the coolest stuff after.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
Hey,
you got to go your perks, and then actually my family and myself are diehard Yankees fans. Like ask any of the guys in the room, I'm a diehard Yankees fan. Everybody knows it.
That kind of hurts me a little bit.
Does that sting you a little bit?
A little bit. You know, Detroit Tigers. You know the whole team. So.
I went to a Tigers game last year in my tour of duty here, so that was pretty
Did you enjoy it? I hope
I did. It was cool. We went opening day actually.
Oh, that's a good one to go to.
It was really cool. Like that whole little block.
As long as
downtown
it's not freezing cold.
No,
was it the year that was like
no. It was legitimately like 80 degrees last year.
Oh, nice.
It was like almost too hot.
So. Nice.
But it was cool.
It's never too hot.
Still trying to get go to the LCA to see the Wings play, so I'll make sure to do that.
Absolutely, have to get you down.
Yeah, for sure.
Nick, anything else you want to add? Anything you want to say other than check out?
Yeah, check out Higher Hockey. We'd love to work with you guys and stuff, and also just keep coming out and supporting the boys. Friday night was awesome, having that crowd and being able to get a win. And whether you guys believe it or not, the crowd does make a big difference to us. So keep coming out, keep supporting. We'll keep climbing the ladder here to make that playoff push late in the season.
Awesome. Nick, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thanks
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
guys.
the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And we're going to send things back over to the broadcast booth powered by KE Electric Supply. Check it out.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Security George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, we're joined by Eli Rivers. Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us.
Yeah, no
How's
problem.
it going, man?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
So, you've been like one of the leading scorers on the team. How are you feeling about the season?
It's been going well. Obviously, been getting a lot of opportunity here. So it's been good for my confidence, kind of to play in a bigger role and be needed on the offensive side of things. So it's been good. Just hoping we can finish out here and find our way into a playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's going to be tight towards the end of the season. We still got half the season to go, so still plenty of time to get those points. But let's talk about like your journey through hockey. Like where did you start from? I don't think, are you local to Michigan?
No, I'm not local. I'm from Vermont.
Vermont? Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up playing. I started when I was like 2 years old. My dad played hockey. My grandpa played hockey. Everyone was involved in hockey.
We come from a long line of hockey players.
Yeah, so
cool.
the pressure was on. My older brother played as well. So I was in skates as soon as I could. I had a hockey stick in my hand when I was a baby. So
that's crazy. 2 years old. So I have a 2-year-old son. I can't even like grasp the concept of him like trying to ice. I can't even get him to like leave the pantry like when he wants candy. I don't even know how you could like direct a 2-year-old, to skate and all that stuff. So that's an impressive to come up and you started so young.
Yeah.
Besides hockey, so what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
I just hang out. I got a dog at home.
Okay.
So I hang out with my dog. I'm at the apartment with Trevor, so he's got his dog there.
Okay.
So we got
You got
nice.
the dog bonding there.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
It's a pit bull as well.
Pit bull? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a pit bull as well. So
Yeah.
The most cuddly creatures you could ever
The best. And
encounter.
they're like Velcro.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your dog's name?
Bo.
Bo?
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that. That's a great name for a dog. Do you do anything? Do you play video games? Do you watch pro wrestling?
No pro wrestling.
You watch no pro wrestling?
No pro wrestling, but
Don't judge.
I don't. No, I don't. But I watch a lot of hockey.
Okay.
I do play video games, but not religiously.
What team do you root for?
I'm a Canadiens fan, so
Canadiens? Okay.
Vermont's kind of split 50-50. There's a lot of Bruins fans there, being in New England.
Yeah.
But we get access to CBC, so you get Hockey Night in Canada and Vermont. So I grew up watching Don Cherry.
Don Cherry with the crazy ties?
Oh, yeah. So my dad was a Canadiens fan, so he just put it on me. So I'm New England everything. I'm a Pats fan, Celtics, Red Sox, but when it comes to hockey, I'm a Canadiens fan. So
okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. So gaming, what kind of games do you play when you are playing?
Mostly sports games, a lot of chow, yeah. So a lot of hockey.
You live it, like you breathe it, you play it, like you're always like hockey 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very cool. You into any kind of crazy foods?
No, but I do like to cook. When I was in college, I realized I had to stop just heating stuff up in the microwave and learn how to.
That's the best stuff though. Like the cheap stuff that's all just preservatives and chemicals. I'm a chemical food guy. Like I love fast foods and like.
Trust me. I get my red 40 in me. Don't worry.
Okay. So what's your favorite dish to cook?
I love steak. Steak's my favorite. Okay. Yeah. So I do a little
ketchup, right?
No ketchup. No. Do a little compound butter on there and. Little steak and rice, that's the best.
Oh, fantastic. Get the protein, you get the carbs, so that's probably helps you out on the ice as well.
Absolutely.
So if you weren't playing hockey, what do you think your career would end up?
I was actually kind of debating playing or not this year. I just finished up my degree last year, and I had a lot of opportunity this year to coach some hockey.
Okay.
And kind of last minute, I decided I wanted to get out there and play one more year at least. So I started in Columbus this year. I'm not sure if you know that. And then I ended up coming here. But honestly, if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be coaching.
So you still got hockey. Hockey's your DNA. Like you said earlier, you come with a long line of hockey players. So Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit and chat with me in the 5 minutes in the box. Anybody you want to say hi to? Anything that you want to add?
Say hi to my brother because I know he's watching. He was begging me to do one of these. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cam, your wishes have finally come true. So that's it for this edition of 5 minutes in the box with Eli Rivers, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Hey, this is Sophiri Karageorgis from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
Getting ready to start the third period here at Big Boy Arena. Rockers trying to erase a 3-goal deficit. Third period brought to you by RJ's Construction Services. Head to RJ's Construction Services on Facebook or call them at 248-974-2640 for all things construction services. RJ's Construction Services, a proud partner of the Motor City Rockers. Well, folks, Rockers have had some comebacks here this season, but the numbers don't lie. When they trail after 2 periods, they struggle in a big way. They sit at 2-19 after 2 periods when they are down. They are not a team to erase a deficit. Hopefully tonight bucks the trend. Here's the key for Motor City. Get one in the first 5 minutes. Put a little pressure on Watertown. Watertown, not the most defensively minded team. They like to push the pace offensively. Get one early. Rockers control the draw, and that's a small step in the right direction. Blaisdell to Kabatayev, and the pass knocked away into the corner. Trevor Lord, a rink-wide feed, and Tellstrom can't get it with the outstretched stick, but Avery Smith collects. He takes a body. Kabatayev picks up the loose puck. Left wing circle, shot. Oh, it hit the post or the back of Borodkin. It was an awkward bounce, but a chance in the opening 30 seconds to get one back. Graspy backhands past Lord. Tip to Avery Smith, 1 touch to Tellstrom. Over the red line, sends on net, and Borodkin controls it. 19:16 to go, third period. 3-goal Watertown lead. Offensive zone draw on the near side. Gullo, Rivers, Wells, Campbell. And that is Ryan Rotundi. That's just tucked in there along the near wall. Tough to see from this vantage point, but he's there. Clean win for the Wolves off the draw. Picked up by Derschel. Up and out of the zone. Campbell pressures. It's poked ahead by Thornton. Rotundi backhands to the far side. Wells can't settle the puck down. Hops over his stick. Back in deep. Campbell on the near side. Slides ahead. Wells. Lost it. Sends in deep. No icing. Rivers, the first one there. Borodkin plays it. Rivers took it away, or at least stepped in front of the feed. Wolves have it, working to get it out of the zone. Campbell shot, and it's nabbed out of the air by Anton Borodkin. 18:36 to go, third period. 5-2. Watertown on top of Motor City. Draw comes from the left of Borodkin. Gullo had it, lost it. Watertown's been solid on the draw. The veteran Henning behind his own net takes a deep breath, surveys the lay of the ice, banks it to the near side. Goes all the way down, Babin out of the crease, settles it down with the back of the stick. Campbell leaves it back. Rivers guides it along. And a pass off the mark, icing the call. It'll come down to the Rockers' end. Just under 2 minutes into this third period, Rockers need to find something. Three goals in that first period right now. The difference, Watertown netted 3 in 59 seconds. Since then, it's been an even game. 2-2, but again, can't spot a team 3 goals. Had a similar story when Binghamton was in town not too long ago. Kind of been the story of the Rockers season where they will put themselves at a deficit and make it tough to get back out of it. Shot punched in the air, swatted away. Rotundi flipped ahead, and it's controlled by Erdman. At the blue line. Ahead for Oaks. He passes it along, but McDonald, the first one there for Watertown. Wolves controlling the pace of play. Pass knocked away by Gagnon. Klink, he has 2 tonight. Evades the attack in his own zone to the near side. Dabari across, beautiful move, shot, scored. Are you kidding me? Stephen Klink for the hat trick, and that one, an absolute beauty. 6-2 Watertown on top, and my goodness. He danced his way in front of Babin and just finished it. Wow. (6-2) Watertown. 12 on the season for Klink. And unless Motor City has a comeback for the ages, that could be the final nail in the coffin. Still with 17 minutes to go. See how the Rockers fight. Along the near side, Gingrich. Shot into the glove of Trevor Babin. We'll get a whistle. Off the draw, Rockers have it. Kabatayev working out of the zone 2-on-2. Him and Smith. Kabatayev backhand in close shot, saved by Borodkin. Anton Borodkin has been solid here tonight. He has made some pretty high leverage saves. That's his 25th save of the night. Watertown 6 goals on just 33 shots. Rockers defensively have actually done a fairly decent job of not allowing such a high shot number. Colton on net, it's punched away, and Baratkin lays out to put his glove on top of it. Another offensive zone draw, Kapatayev. Gets the win, Telstrom backhands to the point. Colton, oh, he lost the stick. Broken 2. Colton will come off the ice and McGill Diaz to replace him. Kapatayev feeds ahead to Smith. Has a little bit of room to work. Him and McGill Diaz. Smith shot and Baratkin saves it again. He's played well in net tonight. Just the 2 goals allowed. One was on the man advantage for Motor City. He's made some saves look routine. Watertown has it in their own end, slides it along the boards to center ice. Controlled by Botero. Campbell to Rivers, and it's back in the Motor City end. Babin will play it outside of his own crease. 16:02 to go, third period. Watertown controlling this one 6-2. Rotundi. Backhands. Far side, Wells takes a minute to Rivers. He's working one-on-one, looking for somewhere to send the biscuit. And it's into the corner. Flipped up and out of the zone. Watertown does not need to be aggressive. That's the luxury you're afforded. Up 4 goals in the final period. Gullo chips it in and he'll complete the change. Gagnon on the attack, or on the forecheck rather, I should say. Up to the near side to Bari. Miguel Diaz keeps him along the boards. Gagnon to the far side. Here comes Cody Oakes, and he pokes it in deep. He'll chase after it. Oakes battling for it behind the net. Squirts out to the near hash mark. McGill Diaz. To the right side, Milam. Down low, pass out in front, and another save by Baratkin. 14:57 to go in the third period. 6-2 Watertown on top of Motor City. We'll step aside. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! Cumberland now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, let's take a look at where the Empire Division standings sit as of right now. Binghamton running away with it. It's a log jam between Danbury, Port Huron, and Watertown for the 2 through 4 spot. Right now, Motor City sitting fairly comfortably in that 5th spot, that final play-in game for the Empire Division standings. And a loss here tonight would, they have 37 points for Motor City. They trying to climb up and out of there, but it's been a tough one tonight. Off the offensive zone draw, Watertown controls it immediately. On the far boards. Pass hits off the left skate of Smith. McGill Diaz tries to keep it out of the zone, cannot. And Klink was looking for his 4th of the night. Smith turned it over. Shot slides wide to Trevor Babin. 14:34 to go in the third. Rockers trail by a quartet of goals. Milam on the right side. He's pressured. In deep. Couple of black sweaters come to pick it up. Tellstrom the one that collects. Backhand slides to the far side, but the Rockers not on the same page. It's McDonald. Out of the zone, McGill Diaz backhands it right back to the Wolves' blue line. Blaisdell in his own end. Back to Colton. Slides up. Wells. Off the skate of Gullo. He'll have to chase after it. Harris Jr. spins off a hit. Gets to Lord. And out of the zone once again. Watertown can play very passively. Again, it's got to be solid in their own end. They have earned a 4-goal advantage. 3 from Kling, 2 from Gaeta. Blaisdell on his own end. Slides ahead and it's poked. Shot goes wide. Wells. Backhands to no one in particular, and it's Graspy that controls it. Lord can't tip it behind Babin. Goes wide of the net. Wells, give and go with Rivers, 2-on-2. The leading scorer for Motor City. Rivers back to Campbell. Shot on net, wide of the, and it's bouncing around, and eventually Borodkin gets on top of it to the freeze. 13:04 to go, third period, 6-2. Watertown on top of Motor City. Gagnon, Kuhn, Stevens out as the forward group. Campbell and Rotundi will stay defensively. Botterill, Derschel, Newman, along with Henning. And that is Thornton, the 5 in the white for Watertown. Watertown gets the win off the draw. Up to Thornton on the near hash mark. Rink wide feed gets by Kuhn. Picked up by Newman with speed into the offensive zone, and he's knocked on the boards. Up the near side, and Gagnon can't chip it past a couple of Wolves. Along the near side boards, seeing where this puck squirts out to. Comes back to the point. It bounces on net to Babin. He paddles it away. On the far side, puck pinned. Comes back between the blue lines. Newman sends on net from center ice. McGill Diaz turns it over. And it's back in possession of Watertown. Feels like a lot of the life sucked out of Motor City. The fifth goal definitely did it, but that sixth goal, and it really just felt like, hey, 3 is, it's tough, but it's doable. 4, you're asking a whole heck of a lot. Rotundi along the low glass. McGill Diaz flips it ahead. That was Borodkin that lets it go wide. In neutral ice, Jamison Milam gets it off his own teammate's skate. Milam, he's working ahead. He goes down, and the Rockers going on a power play. Well, you can't score 4 at once. Rockers have already converted on the power play tonight, so a chance to at least get 1 back. As the Rockers are about to go back on the Continental Electric Products power play. Proudly made in Michigan, Continental Electric provides power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Ian Erdman, 2 for holding. And it was from this dot that the Rockers scored their first goal of the night, but the way this game has gone, it feels like ages ago. Gullo off the draw. Milam has it. Rings it around the boards past the outstretched stick of Wells. Miguel Diaz has it but couldn't keep it in the zone. To the middle. Wells looked for Milam. It was knocked away, dumped down the ice. Babin out of the crease to control it. He leaves for Miguel Diaz. He got his first goal of the season tonight. Back to Rivers into the offensive zone on the near side. Searches for somewhere to send it. Milam back to the point. McGill Diaz keeps it at the point. Backhand one touch. Rivers to McGill Diaz. To the left side, Milam winds up, doesn't fire. Gives to Miguel Diaz. One-timer goes wide. Gullo and Wells battling in front. Squirts back to Rivers. Miguel Diaz, right wing circle. Fakes the shot. He's pressured by Whalen. Shot and the save by Borodkin. 10:39 to go, third period. 1:07 left to go in the minor penalty to Erdman. 6-2, Watertown on top. Off the draw, a scramble for the puck. Smith tapped it on net. Had to be kicked away by Borodkin. Down the ice, Blaisdell. He'll glide to it, 50 seconds. For Motor City to try to strike for the second time on the Continental Electric Products power play. Kapateyev can't get there, won't win the race for icing. It'll come all the way down the length of the ice for a draw in the Rockers' end. Draw to the left of Babbitt. Tellstrom behind the net. Leaves it. Blaisdell, far side. Colton finds Kapateyev. At the blue line, 23 seconds as it's into the offensive zone. Now 18 seconds left to go in the man advantage. In close, Smith couldn't get the shot on net. It's cleared off the glass all the way down the ice. It'll take a hop, skip, and a jump to Trevor Babin. And the Motor City netminder plays it to the near side. And the Rockers' power play will fall to 1 of 3 tonight. Smith throwing the body around. Him and Gingrich collided. Gingrich will try to throw a return hit. That was on Tellstrom. 9:15 to go, third period. Watertown just trying to melt this clock away, take game 1 of a 2-game set. Gagnon spins around, lost the puck between his wickets. Delayed off sides, but Watertown controls it. Oakes pokes it ahead, racing for it. On the forehand, down low, shot saved by Borodkin into the corner. Back behind the net, Gagnon. To Oakes. He lost it, and a flubbed pass. Rotundi tries to sauce it to the far side, didn't get much on it. Stevens in the offensive zone, guided into the corner. He's crunched on the boards by Whalen. Puck dug out by Watertown. Flipped towards the logo, DeBari. Oh, his stick snapped in 2. Rockers with a chance. Go on the rush. Diagonal dump and banks off the corner. Chip to the near side. Rivers. Headed along the far boards, kept in. Milam fakes the shot, gives the pass to his D partner, Miguel Diaz. Shot on net, goes wide. Off the half wall. Milam keeps it in deep, 7:47 to go, third period, 6-2 Watertown. Rockers have not scored since the opening stanza. It's been 3 straight Watertown goals. They scored the first 3, they've scored the last 3. Rockers have given up 19 goals in their last 3 games, if you include tonight. That is just not a winning formula. Thornton goes down to the ice, icing the call. And 7:17 to go in the third period. We're due for another break. We'll step aside. Watertown leads it by 4. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 6-2. Motor City trails Watertown. Let's take a look at what's going on around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Binghamton now on top of the HC Venom 5-3. Danbury has scored the last three at McMorran. They lead the Prowlers 5-2. Columbus increases their edge over Blue Ridge 2-0. Baton Rouge 2-1 over Monroe. Athens and Danville still tied at 2, and Carolina 6-1 over the Seawolves down in the Gulf Coast. 7:16 to go, third period, 6-2, Watertown here at Big Boy Arena. A hat trick for Stephen Klink. And that's part of the difference. Davide Gaeta has 2 goals, including his 100th FPHL point. Blaisdell kept it in. Watertown long stretch pass. Oh, by his lonesome shot, save! They denied number 86 Gaeta from the hat trick. Kabateyev. Puck slides to the corner. Blaisdell on net, and it's poked, but still saved by Borodkin. Shots on goal with just over 6.5 minutes to go. Watertown with a one-shot advantage, 36-35. Borodkin has played pretty darn well. He's been perfect since the first period, stopping the last 25-plus shots. Gullo a little anxious. He'll get the boot. Eli Rivers take the dot instead. Watertown controls the draw. That's been a point of strength all night for the Wolves. Lord spins back. Gives to Harris Jr. far side Gingrich. Errant pass. And an icing call. We'll go back in the Watertown end. Gullo didn't get kicked out of the dot that time, but didn't fare any better than Rivers. Another draw won by Watertown and quickly into the offensive end. Gingrich goes down, pass across, and that's 7 for Watertown. Gaeta, the hat trick, and that's a pair of hat tricks for Watertown. 7-2 Wolves. Watertown is, well, they score and they score often. Matchups with the Rockers this season, they've never scored less than 4 goals. And in fact, this is the 3rd time they've scored at least 7. Delayed penalty upcoming. Rockers will get a man advantage, brought to you by Continental Electric Products, proudly made in Michigan. Continental provides power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Henning will go to the box. A slash called. Rockers on the draw, looking to get one back. All you can do right now is try to build for tomorrow. Offside's the call. Again, offside's brought to you all season long by Great Clips. Locations in the Mire, across the street, Warren, and Roseville. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Down 7-2, I mean, anything's possible, but highly improbable that the Rockers can come back. It's got to find a way to work towards tomorrow. And Jamison Milam talked about it in his pregame interview. It's about changing the mentality. And, you know, again, those 3 goals, you can't spot a team, especially a team that scores a lot, 3 goals in a minute. Now, you can go back and look and say, well, this is the reason for that goal, or you can try to point fingers, but the fact of the matter is 3 goals in a minute, and you put yourself behind the 8 ball, and you play it until the last few minutes. For the majority of the game, you play halfway decent hockey, but you're trailing 3-0, and you have to essentially dominate the game if you want to come back, and that's just been the story of the Rockers season. Rivers into the offensive zone. Backhand in front, puck still loose, and Watertown sends it to safety. 2-on-1, Klink looking for number 4 on the forehand, pass across, scores! Short-handed goal for Carter Thornton. And Watertown showing no love on Valentine's Day. .442 left to go in the third. And this is getting tough. Last time the Rockers gave up 8 goals. Well, don't want to sound like a broken record, but it was against this Watertown Wolves team back on November 22nd in an 8-3 loss. Down 8-2. Shot saved, rebound controlled by Borodkin. 4:34 to go in the third period. 8-2 Watertown. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness, it's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Theory Georges here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Theory Georges from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 8-2. Rockers trail Watertown. Shots are fairly even, about as close you can be without being dead even, 38-37. And it has been 5 unanswered from Watertown since it was 3-2. For about 36 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Shot scores. Doug Blaisdell gets one back. His first is a Rocker. And it's 8-3. And Motor City won't even go through the line. They'll just get ready to drop the puck again. Take another quick look at Blaisdell's power play goal. Quick wrister from just inside the right wing circle. So 2 different Rockers with their first goals of the campaign. Blaisdell, although a fairly new Rocker, as he picks up his first. Nick McGill-Diaz picked up his first of the season earlier. Offsides the call. And again, just to remind you, if your hair is offsides, go to Great Clips, Meyer across the street, Roseville, or Warren, the 3 closest locations here to Big Boy Arena. to keep your hair on sides. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Shot goes wide, or deflected wide. Into the Motor City end. Jabari in close, and he lost it into the far corner. Skating around the zone. And again, Motor City, all you can do right now is try to work for momentum tomorrow. Jabari pushed down to his knees. He slides it over. Into neutral ice. McDonald will have to reset. Puck loose at the top of the logo. Lord, slap shot punched up and still in play. Blaisdell to the far side. Tellstrom on net. It was knocked away by Borotkin. He couldn't corral it. 3 minutes left to go in this one, and unfortunately, Rockers fans, I wish I had better news for you. But a pair of hat tricks, one from Davide Gaeta and Stephen Klink, have helped power the Wolves to their second 8-goal performance against Motor City. And likely the Rockers' third straight loss. In close, Klink shot, or excuse me, Gaeta shot, and it was saved and went into the corner. On the end board, slides to the corner. Banks off the far boards. Guided in deep. 2:08 to go in the third. 8-3 Watertown. Shot saved by Babin. Second effort, patted away. Campbell to the far side. At the point, shot deflected, and Babin able to stay in front of it. Kuhn. Short feed on the near side. Up ahead, Stevens. He was behind the defense, but the puck on the near side allowed a couple of white sweaters to recover. 1:36 to go in this one. And Motor City's going to have a short memory. They'll rematch tomorrow night. Milam back behind the net. Rivers skates around the zone. Over to the near wing. Right side, shot, saved by Borotkin. 1:13 to go in the third. Rockers trying to make the score a little more aesthetically pleasing, but this one has long since been decided. Final minute of play in the third period. And Milam gives to the far wing, McGill Diaz. Bottom of the right wing circle, backhand goes behind the net. McGill Diaz battling. Wells pinned to the boards. Harris Jr. throwing the body around. Final 35 seconds to go in the third. Colton shot, deflected. Colton brings it back. Watertown going to melt this final handful of seconds and celebrate a hard-earned 8-3 victory. And like I said, Motor City going to have short memories. If they want to get a split this weekend, they're going to have to bounce back rather quickly, put this one in the rearview mirror. Final 3 seconds come off the board, and Motor City falls to Watertown 8-3 on Valentine's Day. A pair of hat tricks for Stephen Klink and Davide Gaeta power Watertown to the win. We'll take a break. We'll recap this game and more when we come back here watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is Jake Rowley from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
8-3 Watertown on top of Motor City. My apologies. I gave Gaeta credit for a goal when he picked up the first assist. A lot of points to keep track of tonight. My apologies. He ended up with 3 points, just 2 goals. The 2 came in the second and third period. He had the goal on the Graspy assist. So my apologies. Let's take a look at what's going tomorrow. We have a pregame daddy-daughter skate with a free skate rental with a ticket purchase. 7:05 puck drop, but a 5:30 to 6:15 daddy-daughter skate for Valentine's Day weekend. Let's go back and take a look at the scoring in this one. Watertown got 3 straight goals. Stephen Klink, Mark Botterow, and Trevor Graspy had 3 within 59 seconds to give Watertown the lead. Jameson Milam and Nick McGill-Diaz each picked up a couple of goals to end the first period. It's 3-2 after 1, and you're feeling all right about yourself after being down 3. Then Watertown would score 5 straight. In order, Klink for his second of the night. Gaeta, his first of the night. Again, my apologies. I didn't mean to give him credit for a hat trick. That didn't happen, but he still had a tremendous night. That was his 100th point of the season, by the way. Then Klink picked up the hat trick. Gaeta had his second of the game. Carter Thornton made it 8-2 shorthanded. Doug Blaisdell got his first as a Rocker to wind down the scoring. And for the second time this season, Watertown beats Motor City 8-3. Well, that'll do it for us tonight from Big Boy Arena. Again, Rockers fans, I wish I had better news for you, but Motor City gives up a season high, or tied for a season high, 8 goals in the loss. Just want to give a couple of thank yous out there. First of all, thank you to Nick and Tyreek on the cameras, Tate over on graphics, Christian, our director and the producer from Park Avenue Productions. Always a great job delivering you a quality broadcast. Then thank you for making us a part of your Friday night and making us a part of your Valentine's Day activities. I've been Brady Beaton for Motor City Rockers Hockey. Again, they fall to Watertown 8-3. They have a 7:05 puck drop tomorrow. Hope you can join us. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful night, everyone.